All right, we just went up and down this big old hill 4 or 5 times, because once you lose that prime, it takes forever and you have to do certain things to it. But you notice this pink ribbon on here? If we follow that hose, that is the inlet hose, and as you can see, we are pumping water in here. So now that pumping in, you can see we're getting pretty close to full. There's still some corn syrup floating on top, so we'll kind of maybe let that just flow over. And then down here we have a drain valve. I kind of want to take this cap off and open it and get the sediment out, but at this point it's too risky because I don't know if that valve will shut again. But as we follow these tubes here, so that's the inlet. Oh, see that pink ribbon there? We know which one's the inlet, because before, for the outlet, I had the garden hose, and I needed to know which hose to take out for the inlet. If I'm ever going to winterize it, I have to do the same thing. But now we at least know which hose it is so far. Oh, another pink ribbon. That's the inlet hose. Oh, there it is again. Also, this helps if we spring a leak. If the hose has a pink ribbon, we know it's inlet. If it doesn't, we know it's the outlet. So that might come in handy just in case of a leak. You can hear the generator getting louder, or the trash pump. Right here the hose kind of split ways, so we know which one's the inlet, which one's the outlet. But we got the new addition here. There's 1000 micron filter in here. And as it's pumping, you can see little grass and stuff getting caught in there. So in order to clear it, you just hit this little flush. And maybe you need pressure. Let's give it some pressure. There, now it has pressure. And then give it a flush. And then that just flushes all the grass and stuff that it caught right onto the ground. Shut that. So now we should have some sort of grass filter before it even gets up to the tank. But the other thing we did today, remember that one's the inlet, so that means this one is the outlet. And as you can see here, we have an emergency valve to turn on or off. It's turned on. We have 1000 microns filter, 200 microns filter, 50 microns filter, and then our 2 garden hose connections. And as you can see, we've got plenty of pressure down here. So those filters all take place before it goes into this camper. I have a camper filter that I'm going to install between the hose and the camper, but that should give us drinking water. So that's about the end of today's adventures. All right, we got our filters set up here. They're working good. Tested the pressure. We're only at about 25 psi. I really wanted to, I took this valve off, threaded valve here, took that out, and I unscrewed this from this because I wanted to test what the pressure is straight from the hose before all three filters. However, this is 1-inch thread, this is 3/4 inch thread, so need an adapter. Next time I'm at the hardware store, I'll get the 1-inch to 3/4 inch adapter and I can test the pressure. I'm just curious how much pressure we lose going through the filters. If it's a lot, what I might be able to do is put the filters up higher near the tank. I would also do the same with this one down here because this filter is getting a lot more pressure down here than it would if it was filtered right before it enters the tank. And these are getting a lot more pressure down here than they would if it was right towards the top of the tank. So I'm going to do some Google searching on that. If you know the answer, comment below. But now we got the garden hose swinging around here, swinging around there. It's like a 25-foot hose. I could get a shorter one. But it goes up into my RV filter that I got today. The hose protector, because if you just have the hose coming out, it'll kind of kink. So that's a hose protector. And then I bought one of the pressure regulators. So that will make sure, even if the pressure goes above 50 psi in this hose, it won't blow out all my camper hoses because there's a pressure regulator there. So now we've got triple filter here, make that quadruple filter, and as we walk around, made a mess today. We'll come look at that right after we come inside here. I've been flushing the system because it was antifreezed before I had all the water in the system, so I'm letting the water kind of run out. All the antifreeze came out, and then I went to go and fill my glass, and I tasted it. It looks clear, it looks good, but it kind of tasted like plastic, like new garden hose or new filter or something. So I've been letting that run. I've got my glass here. This is my mess from today. It's so much mess to put away, but we're making progress. Plungers don't work the same in a camper as they do back home in the city, so that got thrown out when I also fixed a leak in my toilet. When I pressurized the camper enough, I found a leak in the bathroom. Right behind the toilet. It's so hard to get to. I picked up a part today at the RV center, and it was a whole gasket fitting, and I bought it. It was like $9 part, and all I did was get some tweezers and took the washer out to replace this old worn one. So hopefully that works. It's really hard to reach back there to tighten. My fingers are so sore from tightening and loosening both hands. I got like blisters from doing that. It wasn't fun. But here we go. Water test. Rinse the cup. Fill the cup. Kind of sudsy, bubbly. That's good, maybe. we're gonna go out by the lake and have a nice fresh glass of lake water. We're approaching sunset. It's so pretty out here. So here's the lake water. You can see my face right through the glass, so it's fairly clear. This is my first glass of lake water. From there to here. It's pretty good. Especially when you've been working all day sweating. Now it's time to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the day. Have a happy 4th of July, everybody. That's in a couple days. Have a good weekend.